Hello, y'all. It's me, and today we are cooking again. This week has been kind of crazy, so I haven't really been able to post as much as I would like, but this is from a chill day last week. Started my day at the beloved Los Angeles staple that is Erewhon to pick up some smoothies for everyone at the house, drop those off so they don't melt, then headed over to Italy to do some more shopping. So funny how many other personal chefs you see at all these luxury grocery stores in LA. I normally make pizza dough all the time at their other house, but the fridge here is so full that there's no space for me to proof the dough, so I decided to buy some dough at Italy and see how it is. I let that proof in a tray with lots of olive oil while I started making some pasta sauce. I worked at the OG John and Vinny's on Fairfax right when they opened, which was about 10 years ago now, but I make the bolognese very similar to how it's made over there. Except here my clients like it with turkey. Do all my veg prep first with onions, celery, and carrots, brown off my meat, remove the meat, and then set it to the side and start cooking down my vegetables into a sofrito, which is a base for many different sauces. Let those veggies cook down slowly with a few bay leaves before adding in some garlic and then tomato paste. I strain out some of my oil at this point. If I was going to serve this tomorrow, which I would prefer, I would leave it in and skim out the fat after it's been in the fridge overnight. I deglaze with a mix of white and red wine, then top off with beef stock and going to let this cook down for about 6 hours. Started picking some basil for a vinaigrette. Not really worried about the little stems, but anything big and fibrous I'll remove. Blend those up with some Dijon, champagne vinegar, garlic, and a touch of honey to balance it out. Emulsify in some neutral oil and season with salt to taste. At this point, the dough has risen up pretty nicely, so I added some cherry tomatoes, Maldon salt, black pepper, and some more olive oil, and into the oven at 450 degrees. I always use a thermometer for baked goods. For bread like this, you'll know it's done when the internal temp is around 190 degrees. Made a simple panna cotta for dessert, which literally translates to cooked cream. It's a classic Italian dessert made by setting cream with gelatin. It's easy to make, and it's always pretty tasty. The bolo has been cooking down for a long time now, so I add in some milk and let that cook down for about another hour. The grandkids were over and once again requested some teriyaki salmon. Then I plated up my salad, which was a butter lettuce with charred broccoli, tomatoes, onions, and some crispy breadcrumbs. One of my clients just wanted some tomato soup and the focaccia for dinner. For the pasta, I finish it like I would most pastas. Cook your pasta about 75%, add it into a pan with your sauce. Cook that on high heat with some pasta water so the starch will help the sauce cling to the pasta. Kill the heat, and that's where you'll add any fats, acids, or herbs. In this case, it's a little bit of butter, Parmesan cheese, a small squeeze of lemon, and some chives. Always tasting to make sure your seasoning is good. Plated up my pasta, then for dessert, just some of that panna cotta with strawberries on top. A pretty simple day.